Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Haitian Otaku here. So I was supposed to post this video Sunday, but then I had trouble. When I finally posted it, everything was blocked. So I guess I had some copyright issues. It was a really nice video too, but copyright issues, and then it got blocked. Um, yeah, that was the whole issue with that. So I attempted to remake the video and to just I just decided to just remake the video a different way. So I hope you guys like it. I'm so sorry I haven't posted, and thank you for those who have subscribed. And if you like anime or Japanese culture, please like, subscribe, and comment to my videos. And let's get right into the video. So welcome to my top 13 anime of all time. I couldn't leave out certain anime, honestly. I know it's usually a top 10, but I have to do a top 10, 13 because I couldn't leave anything out. But yeah, so this is my top 13. Please comment on which animes you guys like. Which was the anime that I displayed that you guys like. So coming in at number 13 is My Hero Academia. So My Hero Academia is about Midoriya, who grows up with no quirk. So quirk is basically powers that people get. It's literally kind of like Black Clover, and he ends up being like the small percentage that ends up not having a quirk. So him dreaming of becoming one of the greatest heroes, he's very devastated by it. But he ends up meeting All Might, which is his all-time how do I say this, his all-time favorite hero, and he ends up inheriting One for All. And that's just it from there. And then he has to hone his skills and be able to learn how to control One for All and strive to become the greatest hero. And he ends up going to UA High School, which is basically a school for heroes to hone their skills. And he ends up meeting a whole bunch of friends there. Yeah, it's a really good show. It is dubbed right now. They're on the fourth season. Um, and I think you guys should take a look at it if you're interested. If you have watched it, let me know down below. So yeah, that was my 13. So coming in at number 12 is Durarara. Some people also call it Dur. It's basically this kid named Mikado Ryogamine ends up moving to Ikebukuro, who his friend ended up invited him. And there's a lot of mysterious there's a lot of mysterious things going on in there, such as the Headless Rider and other supernatural stuff. There's also a lot of gangs, two of them including the blue squares and then the yellow scarves, and it's just a lot of crazy things taking place in Ikebukuro, and and needing to find more excitement in life. Mikado ends up moving there, and a lot of things happen from there. So guys, you should check it out if you haven't already. I'm sure a lot of you have, but it's a really good anime, and I suggest you guys take a look at it. So Sword Art Online is my 11th anime, um going down to 11. And so it's basically this kid in this high-tech world with virtual reality and MMORPG games, and he um is playing one time, and then the players in that game ends up getting trapped inside the game, where the creator Akihiko Kayaba basically is like, you guys are trapped and you guys can't leave the game until you clear the whole entire thing. And if you die in the game, you die in real life. So it's basically him and his journey of clearing the game, and in the process, he ends up meeting Asuna um, and a bunch of other friends to be able to clear the game. That was season one, or yeah, season one, I guess, and then there's like 2 or 3 seasons right after that. Um, that's the beginning of it, and then it just goes in a whole another. It just continues from there. Because in season two, sorry, spoiler alert, in season two, Asuna, I don't say she really died. It's like for me, what I it looked like, it's like she was transported, like her memory and she was transported to another game, and then so Kirito ends up clearing the game, so he ends up going into another game. Oh, I wish I forgot the name of it, but he ends up having to go to that game to save Asuna because she was unable to clear the game. So that was like season two or part two, and then there's other like Gun Gale Online, and then there's Alicization, that's currently going on right now. Um, so yeah, that was Sao. It's really good. I absolutely love it. I don't care what nobody says. Absolutely love it. So coming in at number 10 is Attack on Titans. So I have to say, um, I watched the first episode and it was just traumatizing. It was just very traumatizing, and I did not want to watch it for the longest because of the fact that it had so much blood and so much gore in it, and I literally could not watch it. So one day, uh, I was talking to somebody, and I think I was talking to my brother, and he was like, "I'll give you a week to watch on Attack on Titans." I'm like, because I think he was trying to spoil it or something like that. And then I was like, "Wait, I haven't seen anything yet." And then he's like, "I'm gonna give you a week to watch Attack on Titans," and I literally binge watched it throughout that entire week. Um, Come to find out, I know he was lying about this, but he was like, "Don't spoil anything. I'm only on season one." I'm like, "Bruh, you were like, I'm gonna spoil it for you. Spoil what? You only on season one." Like, anyways, I ended up watching it, and I don't know how I got through that show. I don't know how I got through it because, oh, it was just so much gore and so much blood. Um, and I don't know. Um, it was good. It was good. I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know, but it was really good. It was it was it was really good. But I don't know how I got through that, man. It was just a lot. But it's basically a world where um, people are hiding from literally oversized humans. That's how I see them, and they're creepy. Oh my god, when they run, it's just like the. I think that's what really terrified me the most, and that creeped me out the most, was the way they run. These titans, the way they ran. Like, I was like, oh my god, that was cringeworthy. But it was just amazing throughout. I absolutely loved it. But it's basically this kid named Aaron. So um, his home gets attacked by an oversized titan, um, and his mother ends up getting eaten, and usually and then he basically vows to kill all the titans and stuff, and ends up joining the scouts with his friends Armin and Mikasa, and you know, in journey to defeat the titans, but also to find find information on what these titans are and how they came about. And the key is back into his father's cellar. So it's a lot. Please watch it. It's a really good anime. I don't want to spoil it, too much of it, but yeah. Um, Aaron is very determined to defeat the Titans. Very determined. Um, and That's all I'm gonna say because I don't want to spoil the rest. Let me know if these descriptions are okay. I'm sorry. I didn't really prepare for this because I wanted to upload this video as fast as I can. I actually added anime from the original top 10 that I had. So yeah, that was number 10. So coming in at number 9 is the Seven Deadly Sins. This was another show that I literally was not like. I just looked at it and I was like, nope. And then one day I was, oh my god, my legs. Hold on. Oh god. Okay, okay. Oh, there you go. Um, oh, there you go. Okay. One day I was at a certain person's house and she had Netflix, and then I saw Seven Deadly Sins. No, see what happened. See what happened was, um, I think it was on season 2. I think someone was watching it. And it was on season 2, and then I saw that clip. Okay, that clip. It was like a certain clip, and I watched it, and I was like, okay, we're gonna watch this. So I literally got some chips and dip, and just watched. Literally, I watched the entire thing in a whole weekend, cause I had finished taking an exam that week, and I was tired. I was annoyed. I was like, you know what? Let's watch some Seven Deadly Sins. So I watched it, and I fell in love with it. Um. Ugh. Okay, let's try to do this. Okay, so Seven Deadly Sins is basically about this group called the Seven Deadly Sins, and they're kind of known as like criminals in a way. So this girl ends up running away to find them so she can save her kingdom, and she ends up meeting Meliodas, and they end up searching for other people. My favorite characters is Meliodas and Bond. I absolutely love them. Um, they're amazing. But that's basically the first part of it. So basically, they have to save the kingdom from. Oh, Lord. I watched this such a long time ago. Long time ago, meaning a year ago, and I completely forgot. Um, but she ends up finding Meliodas and then as enlisting their help with the kingdom, because the kingdom is in danger, or something's happened to the kingdom. I don't want to spoil too much of it, but she ends up enlisting the help of the Seven Deadly Sins, and it goes from there. Okay. Meliodas is a pervert. Bond is just amazing throughout. But see it, watch it. I'll in the description. I'll actually list the animes below. If the one that you haven't watched that you feel interested in, just I put it down there in the description. But yeah, that's Seven Deadly Sins. So coming in at number 8 is Fairy Tale. Okay, I absolutely love Fairy Tale. We have a long history with Fairy Tale. So it's basically about this girl named Lucy Ophelia, who is an aspiring writer, and is a celestial wizard. Um, ends up meeting Natsu Dragmeal, and ends up joining Fairy Tale, which is a guild, which is known for being rowdy and all kinds of stuff, picking fights all the time. My type of place. Um, yeah, so there's a lot that goes on in Fairy Tale. A lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. So she basically goes on quests and jobs with Natsu, ends up meeting the rest of the people in the guild, and ends up making long lasting friendships. The reason why I absolutely love this show is it's all about friendship. It can be so corny at times, but it is the most amazing. It just reminds you of the goodness in that could be in the world. It just reminds you of the goodness that can be in the world, and that we need to have that kind of friendship and that camaraderie and that the kindness, you know. Um, so this is basically it. Um, and it just there's a lot of things from there that happen in the show. But if you haven't watched Fairy Tail, which I'm sure 99% of you have watched already, for those who watch anime have seen. Um, but yeah, that was my number 8, Fairy Tail. So coming at number 7 is let me try to say this right. So it's Arifureta, from Commonplace to the World's Strongest. That's the full that's the full title. Um, so it's basically about this kid. It's kind of like Shield Hero. They get transported into a world, and then he ow, and then he ends up I forgot his name. Oh, Hajime. I'm so sorry. Hajime. So the gist of it is that they end up going to a dungeon. Um, I think that's what they called it. I forgot already. So they ended up going to like a dungeon to basically hone their skills and to increase their skills by like fighting monsters and stuff. And while they were facing a particular monster, Nafumi went and tried to protect this girl, and then um, somebody ends up attacking him. So base ends up attacking him, basically sends him I think probably deeper into the dungeon where he gets attacked by monsters and stuff. So he ends up having the will to live, and so in order to survive in the dungeon, he ate he basically ate demons, and which gave him demon powers and stuff. It's the whole lot. But he basically eats a whole bunch of demons, gained those powers from those demons, and basically and felt betrayed by his classmates. And while trying to clear the dungeon, I keep saying dungeon. I don't remember the word. If y'all remember the word, please let me know. Um, he ends up meeting this girl, Yue. That's what he named her, Yue. And yeah, that's about it. I'm not gonna spoil it any further, but please do watch it. It's like a 13 episode. I don't know if they're coming out with a new season or not. I basically kept seeing bits and pieces of it on YouTube, and I was like, let me go watch it. I mean, he looked kind of cute, so let me go watch it. So yeah, um, please do watch it. Um, it isn't dubbed for those who it's easier to watch it in dubbed. I will have a video about subbed and dubbed in later times. Um, but I do watch a lot of dubbed because it is easier for me, and I will explain that later. Um, Please do not come at me. Okay, we will explain that later. Um, yeah. So that was my number 7. So coming in at number 6 is the Rising of the Shield Hero. Um, this was another anime that was introduced to me by the anime club, and it's really good. It's really good. So it's basically Nafumi, this guy, reading a book one day, and then suddenly gets transported into this world. So basically, in order to stop like the waves, 4 heroes have to be summoned. I forgot like how each I forgot, but they basically get summoned, and for some reason, there's a lot of reasons. The shield hero is just hated. Like nobody likes the shield hero, and in literally in that first episode, everything just went from here to here. Um, he ends up going on a quest. So basically, he needs someone to join his party. So this girl ends up joining his party, and then um, thinking, she's a good person. That's why you don't trust everybody, yo. You can't trust nobody out here. But basically, she betrays him. Basically, saying that, oh, um like he was being inappropriate to her. I'm trying to make this as kid friendly as possible. Let me know if you guys are okay with that or not. Um, but basically, he's he they claim that he was trying to like get with the girl was claiming that he was trying to get with the girl. Basically framed him. She basically framed him for something he didn't even do. So he ends up leaving, and I literally just told you the first episode. But if you haven't watched the Shield Hero, please watch it. I'm sorry if I'm giving inaccurate anime uh, descriptions. I am sorry. If you want more information about it, please comment below. But it is a good anime. I suggest you check each and every one out of the animes that I talk about, and just let me know if you like it or not. So that was my number 6. So coming in at number 5 is InuYasha. InuYasha was my number one, my very, I won't say my very first, but my first anime that I really sat down and watched, like completely watched the entire series. And I feel like that's when I fully got into anime. Because before, I would watch bits and pieces of Naruto, bits and pieces of other shows, but when it came to actually sitting down and watching a full anime completely, it was InuYasha. And till this day, it is going to be on my top 10 or top 13 list, whatever list. Even in my top 5, like, it's just, I don't. InuYasha was my number 1, and it always freaking will be. That's how great InuYasha is. So basically, it's this girl named Kagome. Um, so she ends up, just of it, on her birthday, she ends up, I don't know, I watched the show literally like 2-3 times over and over. That's how much I love that show. Um, but she basically, if I remember correctly, I think her brother was playing with a cat, and then cat ends up going into where the well is, and then while they're searching for the cat, a demon ends up coming out of the well, bringing her 500 years back to, like, I think feudal Japan, and he meets InuYasha, which is this dog demon. Absolutely favorite guy. He would be like my brother. Absolutely love his personality. It is amazing. But they end up meeting each other, and then so he wants the jewels for himself to make him a full-fledged demon. So circumstances end up happening. The jewels get separated. So now they're on this journey of finding the jewel shards. And then there's a whole different other thing. If you haven't watched InuYasha, please do watch it. It is a great anime. I think it's one of, next to Clannad, it is one of my favorite romance animes. Like, hands down, my, because it was that the romance in that in InuYasha was just so raw to me. Like, it was just it was like walking on eggshells. Like, oh my god, he's gonna make a mistake again. Oh, and you know what? Let me tell you, a lot of people may not agree with me, but I couldn't stand Kikyo. Oh my god, I couldn't stand her. Oh, I'm like, why are you alive? Like, oh my god, weren't you dead a second ago? Oh, I couldn't stand that. I couldn't stand her. I really could not stand her. And actually, after the second time I watched it, I grew to like her even more. But then I hated her. I'm like, I can't stand this girl. Yo, it's a love hate relationship, mostly hate because I can't stand her. But anyways, um, it's really good. If you haven't watched InuYasha, if you have, please comment. You know, tell me what you liked about it. Tell me what you didn't like. Um, Honestly, when I first watched it, it felt like I was going on a journey with it. It's like, that's how good it was. It felt like I was right there, and during all of that was happening, and it's really great. sorry, it's a really good. So that was my number 5. At number 4, we got Hunter Hunter. Okay, I know I am very late. I started it very late, and that's because, um, like a lot of other anime, I decided I just had to look at the cover. I just had to look at the posters and the preview, and I'm just like, no, I don't think this is gonna work. See, I don't know. Okay, and then I don't know what. I think I was on Netflix one day, and I was just like, let me check it out. Let me check it out. And then I checked it out, and then I've been watching it ever since. I really like it. I absolutely love Hunter x Hunter. People say it went down right after like the Greed Island arc, but it's still growing strong for me. Like I'm really, it's basically this kid named Gon who wants to become a professional hunter and to find his father. So he ends up going into the hunter exam, meets Killua and the rest of his friends, and it's basically this journey of him finding his father. And in between, there's like obstacles and there's various events that go through in the anime, and it's really good. My favorite character, oh my god, my favorite character is Killua. Honestly, if he was 22 in real, I would so want him. Oh, okay. Let me just say he's just amazing. Like he's oh oh my god. He's just, oh gosh. I don't know, his personality, and he's kind of cute, not kind of, like 100% cute. I'm telling you, if he was 23 and real, I would totally get with him. Let me stop. Okay, we're done. So basically, it is dubbed. Um, just watch it and see if you like it. If anyone does like Hunter x Hunter or doesn't like it, let's have a discussion. This is a safe place to have a great discussion. Blah, great discussions. Of what you like, what you don't like. But yeah, that was my top. That was my number 4. Hunter x Hunter. It's a really good anime. Um, I absolutely love it. So at number 3 we have Black Clover, which I absolutely love. It reminds me of fairy tale. Um, what it really actually reminds me of is My Hero Academia, because they're kind of similar, but I just love Black Clover, and it's just a really great show. It's basically about this kid, grows up wanting to be the Wizard King, and he ends up not having magic powers, which like 99% 0.9% of people in Black Clover has magic powers, and he ends up not having any. So he ends up getting it later on, and he ends up going, him and his friend, end up going into the Magic Knights, and this whole thing. I don't want to spoil everything, but that's basically the gist of it for people who haven't seen Black Clover. Please watch it. It's really good. Um, what I like about this show is I just like any show with magic in it. It's just so nice, and his personality. Asa's personality is what I really like the most, because he's just so genuine, and it's just like he's just so confident in himself. Again, that's something, a lot of people wish to have in this day and age, but it's just not that easy. But I just found that really really attractive when you have an anime character who, despite all the odds that are against him, he has that confidence to keep moving. Um, not that. Please watch Black Clover. It is dubbed. They're probably on 100 something. I haven't caught up for a few days. Yes, I know I'm lazy. I'm sorry. I can be very lazy, but I'll catch up. I will definitely catch up. Um, but yes, please watch Black Clover, and that was my top 3. Let's move on to 4. or 5. Damn it. Oh, don't mind me. But let's move on. So at number 2 we have Dr. Stone. I absolutely love the show. Um, I absolutely love it. Absolutely 100 billion% love it. Um, at first, an issue I have is that I usually judge um, a book by its cover. I do that a lot with anime as well. Sometimes I'd look at like the posters and like the trailer, and I'm just like, nah. But I give actually I have to give props to my anime club at Kane. Uh, they actually showed the first episode, and I was like, okay. So I think I rewatched it, and I was like, this is good. And then I rewatched it again and again and again. Oh my god, it is great. So basically, we're in a modern world, and then all of a sudden everybody turns to stone, and then basically like thousands of years later, um, Senku, which is the main character and this mad, intelligent scientist, wakes up and then now is trying to bring the world back to how it was scientifically, how it was advanced scientifically. So it is a great anime. It is dubbed. Um, it's a really great anime, and I would say I think all of the science behind it is actually true, because at the end they'd be like, hey, don't try this at home. So um it's a really great anime. I suggest you guys check it out. Let me know if you guys have watched it, if you guys have seen it, whether you like it or not. um yeah, watch Dr. Stone, it's good. So at number 1 is Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. um okay, this anime I will have a separate video for this. um Naruto has a very is very near and dear to my heart, because it speaks a lot to um my character, and it's so relatable to me. So Naruto's basic, I'm sure all y'all know already. Okay, it's this kid, um, grows up with basically a demon inside of him, and he has to navigate through life basically, and in hopes he becomes Hokage, but he has to go through a lot of trials and a lot of trials and errors that he goes through to eventually become who he is. I mean, that's how I put it. Of course, there's many fight scenes. There's a lot in between, but the gist of it is that he has the nine tails inside of him, and he has to eventually learn how to control it and learn to accept, who and what he is. And the thing I really like about him is that he's very stubborn, and he's very optimistic, and it's something that I found really really awesome, because I'm not that optimistic. So but if you haven't watched Naruto Shippuden yet, besides the fillers, it is a great anime to watch. Yes, it is dubbed, and I'm pretty sure it's finished now. They should be on Boruto right now. But if you haven't watched it, for those who haven't seen it, I don't want to spoil too much. But if you have seen it, let me know if you like it or not. But yeah, that's the reason why I will probably talk about it in a later video. But Naruto is the anime that I relate to the most. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching my top 13 anime of all time video. And if you like this content, please like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you again for those who have subscribed. I really appreciate it. And let me know what kind of content you guys want me to make. And I will see you next time. Thank you.